Oh my gosh, I remember you. That means that my memory's still working. How good is that? It hasn't gone yet. Frogos, long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here for the return stream. How long has it been? A million years, probably. 184 years, something like that, right? When was I last live? I can check that somewhere. It was a long time ago, either way. No matter how you look at it, it's been a billion years. It has been a while. Let's just put it to a while, hey? Let's just put it to a while. I can actually see it here. Is it March 23rd I last streamed, so it's actually almost been a year. Not quite exactly though, but yeah, close too. Close too, at least. Ah, jeez, I should get into it then. Hey, where is the buttons? Now I have to remember where the buttons are. Buttons. Buttons everywhere. Buttons, yeah! Hey, I'm back! Remember me? You probably don't. I barely do. It's been such a long time. Really, just welcome back to me. Welcome back to you, if you've seen it. I thought I permanently left. I thought I permanently left, yes. You thought I did it. I thought I did it. But I tried, I tried to leave, but it just dragged me back in, you know? I couldn't help myself. I mean, I'll give you the full story later, but I've just been thinking about it non-stop since I stopped. And I was like, man, I'd love to be able to do this again. But oh my gosh, what a year. What a year. And I can already say that for this year, what a year. It's only March. But last year was something else. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But yes, I am back. And I'm gonna try you back for a really long time. For good, that would be good. Gotta take care of myself, and yeah, this is a good mental health routine to actually do this. This is fun. This is why I want to do it. It's good for the soul to be able to talk to no one. Or talk to chats, the few chatters I have, which I had a lot of fun last time I was doing it. And I just had so much happen last year. So much. Oh my gosh, how am I doing? I'm doing. How am I doing? That's the loaded question of the year, of the decade, of the century, of the millennia. Nah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Of course, as an old person, I have to tell you about my health problems a little bit. Of course, that's just what we do. Once you hit about middle age, from then on, all the catch-ups, all the how you doing is a loaded question, all right? You ask a young person how you doing, there's lots of events going on, but, it's just like, here's some interesting stuff that happens in life. You ask an old person how you doing, well, let me tell you about the latest health drama. If it's not the back, it's the neck. If it's not the neck, it's the ears. If it's not the ears, it's the eyes. If it's not the eyes, the heart. When was our last blood test? Oh, yesterday, as always. There's lots to do there. There's lots to talk about there, obviously. Ah, yes. I'm doing good, though. Generally speaking, on the overall, I'm doing good. Better than last year, when I had to stop in the end. And I'll get into that in a bit. Otherwise, if you're not Froggers and you're just tuning in, you're like, who the heck is this old fart? My name is OldTimerVT. VT for VTuber, because it helps hide all the wrinkles that I actually have. The blemishes are much removed in the VTuber. But, yeah, also lighting looks terrible on me, so VTubers it is. And old timer because I'm an old timer. There it is. It's as simple as that. Although I have thought about it in the break, that the VT could have a double entendre, a dual meaning, if you will, to it. Which it could be for VTuber, which is, you know, what this little bouncy little thing is that opens and closes its mouth. Although I think technically this is called a PNG tuber. I haven't got a good abbreviation for that. But VT could also be standing for very tired. Because I'm ancient. and the older you get, oh my gosh, the tighter you get. Just, you know, like, you know, you look at the old people, they're taking, like, you know, then it's called a nanonap for a reason, right? When I was young, I looked at nanonaps and I'm just like, wow, they, you know, they just gotta, like, take better care of themselves so they can get through the day. And then you just get on in the years and you're like, oh my gosh, I think, you know what? I think 3 nanonaps a day may be too much. I'll try to cut it down to 2, but, you know, I'd need at least that much. So it's been, yeah, that's the dual meaning of VT. Very tired. You're on Discord and immediately notified your stream, so it's straight to your channel. There you go. Happy days. I can't remember what you are on Discord, actually. If you are Frogos, I think you're someone else on Discord, aren't you? But yes, I also turned on the Discord for the first time in about a year. I turned it all on for the first time in about a year, and I was like, oh, I wonder if anything's happened in the last year. And, you know, there's a couple of messages in various places, but otherwise, basically, you know, the channel was dead. I killed it. I killed it last year when I stopped, just cold turkey. And, yeah, but I'm back now. I really, really, really want to be back and take better care of myself this time so that I can stay streaming for longer. And also just to relax with it. It was, you know, when I did it last year, I think this is my second time I've stopped, which is pretty terrible. I hope to stop less often in the future. But the first time I stopped after a couple of weeks, I think was it as I was moving house or something? Gosh, it was just, that was a busy time. And then I came back and did it for a couple of months. I think I had a couple of months straight where I just played a lot of New Vegas. Tried a couple of other things too, like Avowed. I think I had a birthday stream in there, and Fields of Mystria. What else have I got now? I had a Marvel Rivals stream. I forgot about that. that game is exhausting. But yeah, I had a run for about three or so months, and yeah, it shot me. Absolutely was killing me. That's what it felt like. But that was at the time. Sorry, we'll give you the history lesson now. I'll just talk about it. Where have I been for the year? Thank you for asking. And why does this channel look like it's been dead? And why am I back? Well, so last year, did that last 3-month stint of streaming. And, you know, I did 2 nights, and I was like, it feels pretty good. I can do 2 nights. I'm going to up it to 4. And I upped it to 4. And I was so exhausted that it was affecting my work. My work was absolutely shot. My home life was like, I was just, you know, things were turning into a mess. I was not keeping up with appointments and all the things I have to do. And when you get older, things just take longer, you know? It goes from like, you know, you quickly run to the shops and do something to you go to the shops and that's the afternoon. You know, it's just a long time to do everything. And so I was just like lacking the energy. What little energy I had, I was spending it too fast. So I did cut back down to 2, but then I was still so exhausted. And I'll get onto the plans of the channel later, Frogos. Thank you for asking, though. But yes, I was so exhausted last year. Unbelievably. Like, I would end the stream and I was like, ugh, my back hurts, my chest hurts, I got a cracking headache, I'm gonna try to go to sleep, but then my brain's racing, and then I can't sleep because I roll over and that hurts, and everything hurt. And I thought, geez, I'm just old. I absolutely, it's come to it, you know? Doing anything hurts. And I can't stream while I'm still working. I just can't do it, you know? I gotta focus on the work, you know? I need the money, right? It's gotta be done. I enjoy the streaming, but, you know, it's causing me pain. It's causing me actual pain. And then I went to hospital a couple of times last year. Because of these health problems. Because I stopped streaming, and it didn't matter. They got worse. In fact, stopping streaming made it get worse. Only like a month after I stopped streaming, everything got so much worse. And I had to go to hospital for things. A couple of times last year. That said, once these things were discovered and fixed, which they were fixed, you know, quite quickly, thank you to the doctors and everything, I feel 10 years younger. So, like, only 86 or something now. I still need 4 nanonaps a day. Somewhere between 2 and 4, but not, I don't feel like I'm in constant agony. Oh my gosh. So that's been fixed, and I feel I've just got energy again. That was fixed somewhere in the middle of last year. Then other things happened. It was just such a messy year last year. Unbelievable. And then I started thinking about streaming again around Christmas. And then I was like, oh, I'll turn it all on again and see, you know, what I have to set up and stuff, and do I have to change anything? And I don't know if you've noticed, I have changed a couple of things, but nothing too drastic. If you probably don't remember a year ago, but you know, I've got a different chat window thing and other things that I'll do in the future. I'll talk about. But yes, you know, just tinkering around a little bit, and I was like, yeah, I'll get back into it maybe after Christmas. And now it's March because it's already been a year. It's already been a year. Not my fault though. I've been in alright health, but yeah, just lots of other stuff, family stuff, and life things, and oh my gosh, work. Yeah, everything's happened this year already. But personally, I am feeling, well, not $1 million, because then I would retire. maybe like a couple of $1,000. I feel like I'm worth a couple of $1,000 now. You know, it's not too bad. You know, you wouldn't just walk past a couple of $1,000 on the, you know, on the path. You'd be like, oh, that's nice. But you know, you wouldn't be clamoring over it like $1 million. And you'd retire. Oh my gosh, on the spot. Although $1 million doesn't get you as far as it used to. It used to be the dream to have $1 million. Now it's like, what is the new million? Like 5 million or something? I don't know where it is now. It just feels like the money doesn't go anywhere anymore, doesn't it? Oh well, I'll retire one year. Maybe when I'm 94. That's the current goal, I think. That's how it's going for me. But yes, no, I'm very keen. Sploingus, how you doing? Long time no see. Thank you for the welcome back. On the YouTube side, I got Twitch and a YouTube. Woohoo! The multi-stream chat has worked. Hooray! Wonderful. It took no effort of my own, so hooray! Because I haven't got time to learn all these tools. There are some in my last year of not streaming, I've tried to watch a bit of other like Twitch and YouTube streams and other videos and stuff like that. And some people have some very, very fancy and lovely setups that do crazy stuff. I haven't got the time to learn all that. This is all way too fancy for me. And there's too much fandangled technology going on nowadays. I tell you what, all this AI business, you know, my friends are trying to get me onto it, work's trying to get me onto it, kids are trying to get me onto it, and I'm like, okay, I'll just like very, very lightly touch it, and it tells me complete falsehoods, and I'm like, well, I still don't get it. But basically, it's just too much technology, as always, moving too fast. When I was young, and I mean even middle-aged, I was quick up on the uptake. In fact, I'm probably the most tech-savvy old person I know. I'm the one that the people go to and say, hey, you know, I've got this tech issue. And I'll go, well, okay, yes, okay, I'm tech-savvy. That doesn't actually mean I can solve anything. You know, if you want to know if that was a good computer to buy for, you know, browsing Facebook, I can tell you that's probably the wrong reason to buy a computer. But hey, that's what, you know, that's what we do at our age. Find terrible memes on Facebook and post them to our friends' walls. That's what we do at this age. But yeah, otherwise, I'm not very good. When people actually have problems or they want actual, genuine IT advice, I'm pretty useless. Especially now. It's so above my pay grade. And it goes over my head too quick. I can't keep up with the young kids. Too much going on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So you know, just generally speaking, if it ever reaches my ears, and these are big ears, but if it ever reaches my ears, and I know about it, that means whatever it is, it's already old news, alright? If there's a phrase or meme or language or tech, and I know about it, it's nothing new, yeah? So the fact I know how AI works a little bit means that it's already past its, you know, shelf life. It's already useless. If I can use it, then Anyone can use it, and then we're in trouble. So yes, yeah, I've got a little multi-stream chat thing now that works, which is hooray. I haven't fully tested it until I come back, so thank you, Splungus, and good to see you. Ah, jeez. So yes, sorry, back to your much earlier question, Froggos, which has disappeared because I guess I have a timer on that, but I'll look at that setting later if I can figure out where it is. Yeah, what are we going to do with the channel? Good bloody question. What am I going to do with the channel? Well, I'm going to take it easy to start, alright? We're not going to overcomplicate things. Yeah? We're going to try to keep a very, very, very consistent schedule. So consistent that you'll just know. You'll wake up and be like, it's Sunday. I know where OldTimer is right now. Right at this point. And that consistent schedule is going to be, it's going to be a 90-minute stream every Saturday, Sunday, Monday. In fact, I think I had a... Where was that schedule? I probably did actually have a schedule somewhere, right? I think I put it somewhere. Somewhere on something, somewhere. Somehow. What year are we in? 2026, that's it. Can I turn this? Does this still work? Oh my gosh, it still works. Hooray! Let me just get my face back there. Lovely. Beautiful. Look at that. A schedule. I still remembered how to make them. And now I can put emojis in them. How good is that? Although, is that hiding the chat frame? It totally is. Fantastic. Exactly what you want. I don't know. I can put this back down here. There we go. Beautiful. Now you can chat in front of my schedule. Even better. Even better. I'll put it somewhere like here. I don't know. Somewhere up there. Anyway. Cooking. We're cooking. Actually, we're being a hermit. That was what the appeal for that was in the end. But yeah, no, on the schedule, the regular schedule. Sorry, I just had to have a hiccup there. Because I haven't talked this long for a long time. Yes, regular schedule will be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Bam, you see it. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's actually the 7th, so yeah, I got that right. Hooray. Can I shrink it? I mean, you're asking a lot of me. Hold on. There you go. I've shrunk it. You tell me if that's good for you. I can see it because these glasses are like magnifiers. I tell you what. I can read that. March 7th. Just chatting. Don't ask me what the next game's called. What's on March 8th? I can't see shit. The size it was boomer friendly, alright? In fact, it actually needs to be here. Right? Okay? There we go. You can read it now. In fact, you know what? I'll put it back over the chat. Now you can really read it. There we go. Boomer friendly size. Oh, I've moved something that I shouldn't have. What did I just move? Forgive me. I don't know how any of this works anymore. Whee! There we go. Beautiful. There it is. Unfortunately, Froggos, you're now blocked out. But hey, what do you do? I literally don't know what you do. But yes, this will be the regular schedule. Saturday, just chatting. Sunday will be... This week is going to be a game called Creature Kitchen, which I know very little about. But it's about cooking for creatures in a shack in the middle of the woods. Sounded up my alley because I was like, being a hermit, it's like a life goal. Unfortunately, I have family and friends and stuff that keep dragging me away from that life goal. But, you know, otherwise, I could be a hermit. You know, it wouldn't really be a problem for me. Just sit in the woods, play games, and watch TV, and read books. It's the goal. That's what I want to do. And then Monday, we'll be back on Fallout New Vegas. So what this schedule is going to look like, every day, every week, Saturday, we're just going to chat. We're absolutely just going to talk. I can talk for an hour and a half by myself every Saturday. And no one needs to be in chat. Don't worry. I'll do it to myself. I'll find something to talk about. You don't think I can? I can find something to talk about. That's my mother's influence there. She literally, she goes, old timer. Oh, well, I was a young timer. But old timer, I'm not a very smart person. But she will literally, if you mention to her an off comment that you're going to go see a friend in 4 weeks' time at Sunday at 12 o'clock that you haven't seen for a long time, she'll message you that after. She'll be call that afternoon and be like, how's your friend going? And you'll be like, did we talk about this? Unbelievable. So anyway, I can talk for a long time. That's my mum's influence there. Sunday will be a game of changes, you know? So this will be where probably smaller games get picked up, or games that we only play for a couple of parts just to, you know, have a little experience with or whatever. And Monday will be the longer game, which right now is just going back into Fallout New Vegas. I genuinely don't remember what we're up to. Something about the Khans, from what I can remember, but I don't remember much else around that. So we're just going to brush it all off, get familiar with where we are, learn about that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's the schedule for now. Let me shrink that back to some more regular size. Will there be times the schedule will change? Probably not for a bit. I'm gonna for now, I would just love to be consistent. I would, if nothing more would please me, other than actually doing this for like, if I could do this for like a year, I would be ecstatic. Oh my gosh, how much energy I must have to be able to do that. I'd be thrilled to be able to do that. So for right now, and yeah, I can only do part-time, obviously. The break been good for you? Get anything done in that time, like a hobby? Yeah, you missed the talk before about it, but yeah, the break's been rough. The break's been rough. I can only laugh. I can only laugh, because I am in a better way. I'm in a better state now. Things are better. Life is good. Wife is, you know, great. The kids are good. You know, everyone's in good health now. But the year before, not so much. And things were crazy. Oh my gosh, everything happened. Drama central, but things are in a really great place right now. So hooray, hooray. So that's been a lot of my last year. Just, you know, that basically. As for anything new done in a time like a hobby, I mean, that's been part of the problem, is that basically I've just been so crazily busy and stressed that I gave up a lot of my hobbies, actually. Streaming was one of them, you know. I was really enjoying this last year. I was like, this is a lot of fun, but it was so exhausting. And every other hobby that I tried to pick up on the way, I was like, oh, I'm too tired to do that too, you know? And it was just absolutely one of those years where everything happened. And this year's not much better. This year's already off to a rough start for me. But I've committed to taking care of myself, and self-care involves doing a hobby and you know, finding things that are fun. And that was streaming for us. I just kept thinking about it the whole year. I'm like, man, I really enjoyed that. I'd love to do it again, but you know, I was so tired doing it last year. I thought that was, you know, I couldn't do it again. But you know, I'm gonna commit to doing it. It makes me feel better in the brain. The brain juices flow when I do this. And yeah, fair, things have been hectic everywhere. I hope your year has been better than mine. Let's put it that way. I know a couple of people have had worse years than me. I'll get that out of it, you know. I'll get that messed up. Some people have had some pretty terrible years, but yeah, got up with a friend who had a pretty terrible year, and then I recounted my year, and he's like, oh yeah, you've had a terrible year. I forgot about all this. Sapoji-san, hello, Max. I can't pronounce all that. We'll call you Max. How you doing? Nice to see you. Yes, I am an OG-san, aren't I? That's old man in Japanese, right? I'm totally familiar with other languages. I have learned some words of others. I have watched anime. I've watched anime for so long that I remember when I used to thought it was called anime, you know? Before anyone talked to me about what that was, and I read it, probably on an early internet forum. And they're like, hey, here's this anime. And I was like, oh, an anime. How good is this? This is great. I love these like action-packed cartoons and stuff. And then years later, my kid's like, no, Dad, that's anime. Like, what the heck is anime? You mean anime? And we had a little debate about that. So now I know it's anime. The OG weeb. Yeah, no, I've been that way since as long as I remember. I just loved, you know, sci-fi stuff and tech. I was just always on it, you know? You know, when there was well, I didn't get the Windows 3.1 PC when it came out, but I got it when I could afford it. And that had 4 games on it. And I was smitten by them. I can't even remember what they're called. Yep, I couldn't even name you these games if I tried, but yeah, that's that might be the oldest games I've played. No, I played arcades before then. Gosh, yeah, I don't know. It just always just captured my attention. You know, the technology and the lights and the sounds and the colors. Yeah, just always done it for me. And yeah, a lot of stuff that comes out of Japan, just been amazed by it. And I've gone there once and loved it. Love to go again. Oh, if I could go again. But first I have to retire. It's gonna happen 1 year. 1 year I'll retire. It's coming. It's coming soon. But yes, such is life. C'est la vie. What do you do? Yeah, it's been good. A hectic week recently, though. Oh, I'm sorry to hear, Spongus. Well, I mean, hectic can be good. Sometimes hectic is a great way to get out of a lull that you're in. My work's in such a lull right now. I'd love a hectic week at work. This is actually probably why I'm streaming again, because I'm bored. Actually, I'm like sitting at work going, come on, something eventful happen. Please let me do something interesting. But it's just more of the same monotonous stuff. At this age too, it puts you to sleep. Once you've done something for years, and you wake up and you're like, what's up for work today? And you look at the reports and everything, you're like, oh, the same as every other day. It's just, yeah, it puts you to sleep almost. There's only so much you can enter that data again and again and again before you're like, yep, I think I've done this 100,000 million times. So yeah, it's got me back into the VTubing thing. I've had a bit of time to think about it, look at it, and consider it, and all that sort of jazz. So, yeah. So yes, we'll be 3 times a week from now on, and I'm looking forward to it. Yes, that's this Saturday will always be just chatting. I'll probably do some more stuff other than just yapping for an hour and a half. But that's probably what the schedule will be. I'll probably just talk for about 90 minutes. You probably won't even see much more than occasional breaths from me. If there's a long pause, I might have gone to sleep. It's very possible. If I don't talk for 60 seconds, and I haven't said that I had to go to the loo or something, which you do have to do very often when you're at this age, I tell you what. But if I haven't told you that, and I just go silent for 60 seconds, just assume I'm asleep. In fact, I should, if I could ever figure it out, I'm still trying to learn how all this stuff works, and I have not spent a lot of time in the last year. So there's probably still buttons here. I'm not even sure if they work. I think last year, if people sent emotes, they bounced off my head or something. I don't remember if that's... Did I actually set that up correctly? Did I still have it? I don't know. Someone sent me an emote sometime today, and I'll check if that still works. That might be only a Twitch thing. I don't even know what that hooked to, if it even's still there. But yeah, I was thinking there it'd be funny if I had a thing where if I stopped talking for 30 seconds or 60 seconds, then my character does like the ZZZs come off them. Then he falls asleep. A nightcap appears out of nowhere. That would work. That would be poignant and probably very appropriate for me because I do actually just keep talking and talking and talking. It's sort of what I do. When I'm talking to other people, I love to listen. I love to let people talk. But also, when they can't, when they can't or they stop talking, I'm ready. I'm ready to pounce. Ready to pounce on the conversation. Man, I wish I could go to sleep 6 hours. Look, generally speaking, Max, that is me. I actually do often, despite being this old, I lie in bed and think about everything. Everything going on in the world. But I'm not insomnia level, so if you say hours, that's probably insomnia level. I'm sorry that happens to you. That sucks. I have some friends, and they've got insomnia, and it's rough. Yeah, it's bad. I know what they're dealing with, and it's it's very surprising that they kick on as well as they do, and some of them as healthy as healthier than me. And I love my sleep. I don't get enough of it, really. Which is why they're not enough. So what I find is generally, at nighttime, and I've always been a night owl, it never changed. Ever since I was pretty young, actually, before teenagehood, I just loved doing stuff at nighttime. I was just so awake, and I'd read books till midnight every night, even when school was coming on the next day. And that just never changed. I had kids, and they wake you up all throughout the night. I still didn't sleep in. Oh, sorry, no, I still didn't go to bed earlier. I slept in. I couldn't sleep in. That was half the problem. But I still couldn't go to bed early. I just lay there for hours going, or, you know, hours, but a long time going, come on, sleep, I'm so tired. But that said, when I got older, the random naps just happen. Absolutely. You'll literally be there talking to someone and you'll be listening and telling something interesting is happening. And then you're asleep. You don't remember when you lay down. You don't remember when your head fell back, but you're asleep because your mouth's dry. And I'm sure you heard yourself snoring. You ever do that where you hear yourself snoring and it wakes you up? That's the worst because you feel so embarrassed, especially if you're like at a party or something like that and you hear this like, and you're like, oh, oh, that's me. oh shit. so sorry. I didn't mean to doze off. I'm sure there was a very interesting party going on. What's that? Oh, yes, lots of drama. Thank you for telling me, but it's not a reflection on you that I fell asleep. The story was not boring, but it just happens. Absolutely, your brain just goes, yep, you've been awake for a few hours today. It's time. It's time. And sometimes, for me, it's just absolutely random. Like, I will have a day, like last night, I'm running on about 4 hours sleep right now, which seems crazy. But what you don't hear, so last night I slept 4 hours. I was up at 4:30 a.m. and I couldn't get to sleep at 12. So yeah, about 4-ish hours. And I seem so full of energy. It's 9 p.m. now. So I've been up since 4 a.m. Of course, I've had a nana nap in the day for a couple of 10-minute naps. Oh, I feel fantastic now. Unbelievably good. I had one just after lunch, and I had one about 4 hours ago. I'm good. Good for another hour, I reckon, at this rate. Really, really rate the nana nap. Absolutely. And I still call it a nana nap even as a granddad. So I don't really call it the pop nap or anything like that. Doesn't have that alliteration to. The pop pass out. That's what I call it. The pop pass out. That's it. So instead of nana nap, it's the pop pass out. Done. That's what I do. The old classic pop pass out. So yeah, done that today twice. So I feel fantastic. That said, running on 4 hours sleep, really not good for the old ticker. I do need to have a better sleep tonight. Hopefully I can. Just been, again, one of those days where 6 things happen, all on the same day. Not drama stuff, just like there's a grandkid birthday party over here, got a haircut over there, got to get shopping done over there, someone's coming to deliver something at this time, there's just something going on everywhere. Got to rush over here for this event, it was absolutely one of those days where just 6 things went on. So, physically, I'm exhausted. But mentally, I've had 2 nana naps. Pop pass out, sorry. So, I feel fantastic. Yeah. Beyond that, what else can we chat about? What else has happened the last year? I mean, you did ask about hobbies before, Spoingus. And what else can I talk about? I mean, I've been going to the beach more lately. It's been fantastic. It's been good weather this year, typically. So good beach weather. Really muggy. It's that weather where you really do want to get in the water, you know, just to get the sweat off you. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. But it's first year I've been sunburnt a lot. Usually every year I have like a little sunburn. Usually when I wear the thongs for the first time in a year, the top of the feet gets sunburned. I always forget to put sunscreen on the top of the feet. And you can't wear a hat there very well. I could wear closed shoes, but I just don't. And I'm not going to buy Crocs. Or fully enclosed sandals. No. I've worn thongs since I was young. The thongs is how it's going to be for all the rest of the life. I just eat the burn on the foot. It's just what happens. But usually that's like the one burn of the season. And maybe just a little bit on the neck once a year, for example. That's usually the 2 I'll say that's the 2 common sunburns of the season. This year I've had, probably up to 6 sunburns. And it's not that I'm just forgetting the sunscreen. I've just been out a bit, trying to be active again, which is good. It's good, more walks, more beach. Wife's gotten really into hunting for rocks and stuff like that, and shells, and I'm happy to get out a bit more with that sort of stuff. It's good. It's good. So that's sort of a hobby, I guess. It's just getting out more. It's not even a hobby. It's just actually trying to be healthy again. Because I just been working myself ragged. Wait, where do you think the hair went? And why do you think my hair's grey? I'm actually 24 years old. I'm actually just 24, but it's been a rough 24 years, alright? No, but yeah, no, trying to keep healthy again. That'll help stave off a lot of the health issues I had last year, which kept me on the break for a year or so. But yeah, that's probably the closest to a hobby I've had the last year. There's not much else. Yeah, just trying to keep active, trying to limber up again. Have the joints not seize up completely. So I don't have to go through and replace them one by one, because that's what everyone at this age is doing. Everyone I know is like, oh yeah, how you doing? Yeah, double knee replacement. Oh, that sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. How about you? Oh, shoulder getting replaced. Yeah, yeah, that happens too. You? Hip? Oh, hip's a bad one. Yeah, yeah, that happens. How about you? Oh, I need 4 crowns. Yeah. Yeah, this year, it's like, oh, I might try do 1 every year for 4 years. Yeah, that's reasonable. That's the age you get to. You gotta keep healthy, because otherwise, just every year there's a new thing to fix. And unbelievable, it just keeps coming. Absolutely. A lot of it's dental. A lot of it's dental. That's the one that I really needed to take care of myself when I was younger. I needed to do that one way better. Watch your teeth, kids. Brush your teeth. Because, you know, you don't think about it now, but in 30 years, well, if you really don't brush your teeth, maybe in 10 years, but, you know, come middle age, and then older age, you'll just be constantly working on them. Unbelievable. And you don't want to lose them. It sucks when that happens. It's terrible. No fun. I like eating crunchy food. Tell you what, love a crunch. But you know, the softer food is had to have more appeal on me lately. But not too chewy, because I get ulcers all the time. Unbelievable. I just always run down, get ulcers, and also, you know, what do you call it? I just got soft cheeks, very soft cheeks. So, of course, there's ulcers all the time. This is really fun talking about my health problems. This is the classic old person shtick. Love it. Love it. I can talk about my health problems all day. Don't worry. But yes, what else can we talk about? So yeah, back on the schedule thing, I was talking before about, yes, so these Saturday will be just chatting. As you can tell, I can just talk for a long time. I have almost no chat here, and I appreciate Splingus and Max and Froggos who are here, and anyone else who's lurking around. Thank you for tuning in. And you're most welcome to lurk, but I'll talk to myself for an hour and a half, don't worry, and we'll do that every Saturday. Sunday is going to be where, yeah, we pick up some smaller games. And in that event, I'm totally looking for suggestions, obviously. I haven't got the time to look at all the fantastic games that are out there. The general theme of this channel, because apparently I need a theme. I don't just want to play whatever games, you know? I don't have the energy for a lot of games, and I don't have the reaction speed for most of them. You know, I played Marvel Rivals once because it seemed popular, and I was like, this is too fast for me. So I needed to come up with a shtick. Like, what do I want to actually do to relax at night time? And what would be fun and entertaining? Because ultimately, I'm doing this because I think it's just fun to do. And if it's funny for me to do, then hopefully it's funny for you to watch as well. And the general shtick I'm hoping to go with is that, basically, I think I've said it before, but I want to just be myself. I just want to be an old guy. And so if there's a game where I can be an old guy, fantastic. Solitaire! Don't tempt me, Max. Like I'm not already a master of Solitaire. You're talking to someone who's been playing it since Windows 95. Actually, was it on Windows 3.1? Yes, it was on Windows 3.1. I did play that on Windows 3.1. I've been playing Solitaire since probably before most of chat was born. On computers, at least. Oh no, and then I've played the manual card game. I haven't played with the manual cards, Solitaire manual cards. Unbelievable how I say that. Playing cards. I learned with playing cards. My dad taught me a long time ago. And I taught my kid a long time ago too. But yeah, I probably haven't played the physical version. That's the word I was looking for a long time. We played the digital one for years. For years. So don't tempt me, Max. Maybe I should. You know what? I'm gonna write that down. Hold on. I actually have a little notepad with ideas. Where is it? That's probably not it, but I'll write it down here. No, that's not it. Where is it? Where's the ideas thing? Whatever. I'll just write it in my actual physical notebook. That's it. That's you hearing a diary open there. Wait to hear pencil scratch. Yeah, she might not hear pencil scratch here, but... Also, my writing is terrible. It gets so much worse over the years. Not that I was ever really that good at it. I had a friend who learned calligraphy. Fantastic. I love when he sends you Christmas cards. But I started printing my Christmas cards that one year because I was just like, no one can read what I'm actually writing anymore. And now I just send ones that like, and I barely scroll, love old timer at the bottom of them. And dear whoever it is, you know, dear Bob, whatever the generic Christmas message is, that old timer. Yeah, hold on. Alright, the old PC games. I gotta write that down. Solitaire. Oh, what else are some good ones? Base physical notebook enjoyer. I am getting back into it. I actually took a break from physical notebooks because everyone wants everything on a computer. Everyone wants Google Docs this, and what did I have to do? The other Notion that, and you gotta have 12 chat things. Like, I got WhatsApp on the computer, and I got Discord, and I got Slack, and I've got Google Meet. They've changed their name 5 times, I think, and sometimes some people want to use Messenger on Facebook. I'm like, aren't you a business person? This is not professional. But hey, what do you do? But yeah, I've just been getting back, and I'm like, I just had notes everywhere. I'm just like, you know what? I need a notebook again. So I've got a generic. Went to a shop and it said undated planner. Fantastic. Undated planner is where everyone is in. I have to write 2026 at the top 3 page, so I actually remember when I wrote this. But what are we actually in? March 2026. You know what? I'll write that too, just so I actually have some sort of recollection when I look at this later and go, what am I talking about? Old PC games. Maybe I'll actually go, oh yeah, from the live stream. But yes, old PC games like Solitaire. I'll have to go back through and look at the list of like the Windows 3.1 games that I might have played. If you can think of any, you might jog the memory. I had a Windows 3.1. You know what? I think I had a DOS machine a bit before that too. I think it was. Yeah. I'm really scraping the memory here. It's a long time ago. We're talking 30? Yeah, probably more. When was I don't even know. When was Windows 3.1? How old are we talking with Windows 3.1? Windows 3.1. I'm just gonna look that up. Hold on. Where is it? There we go. Oh gosh, hold on. How does this browser work? This goes over here. This goes over here. This goes over here. There we go. Windows 3.1. Can I zoom in? I can't zoom in. I can't zoom out. Oh, stuffed up this window, haven't I? Oh, there it is. Windows 3.1. 1992. What are we up to there? 34 years? I wouldn't have got it to start, so I'm probably close to 30 years. And yeah, I remember playing some games on that PC. But gosh, if I actually remember what they were called. As when it was 95? Well, you're not that young then, are you, Max? Unless you got it as a second-hand computer, which is how a lot of my computers came around. Now I just check, please switch to Linux for last few years. I've had a couple of people talk to me very glowingly about Linux. But I as I've said earlier, I wish I was more tech savvy. I'm that level where I have a computer, which already makes me more tech savvy than most people I know. So most people have just phones nowadays or iPad. Their most technological device in their whole house is an iPad. And that's what they use for big purchases. Whereas I have a computer that does things with, you know, software and EXEs and all that fancy stuff. But I just install stuff and hope it works. And if it doesn't work straight away, I can't even follow tutorials anymore. I'm at that age where I'm just like, what's this? A full document on how to use it? Okay, I have to sit here and focus. That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But yeah, I've had a couple of people really sing me the praises of Linux. I am curious, but I'd need someone to sit here and do it for me. Maybe it will be something I'll do if Windows does keep going the way it's going. Even I'm starting to find a pain with it, for sure. And one of my friends, younger guy, he's very praising of Linux. He loves it. And he talks all these things. I'm like, that sounds fantastic. Like fast boot times and all the things are like compatible now. I did have a Linux. Oh, no, I didn't have a Linux. I borrowed a Linux a long time ago, and it was actually a pain in the butt to use then. It was very, very tech bro usage, but, well, and actually the person who's trying to sell it to me is a tech bro. Well, sell it to me, he's trying to do it for me. I might let him do it one day, who knows, but I don't want to lose all the stuff. And I get nervous with that stuff. I'm tech savvy, but not tech useful. I don't know how to say it better than that. Don't actually rely upon me doing anything, but I do know how to push buttons. So, you know, hey, better than most. No ads, no AI garbage, that's already 2 big selling points. God, I hate the ads and everything nowadays. Unbelievable. Unbelievable everything's got ads. And AI. You know how many things I turn on and they're like, hey, do you want AI to do something? I'm just here to send someone a message. No, I don't want AI to do something. Do you want AI to transcribe this phone call you're having? No, it's a private phone call. I don't want to read the notes. I don't want to read the notes as I ask about how's his missus, you know? You know? What's with the latest drama or something? I don't want to know. I don't want to read that later. I'll read that back and be like, oh, yeah, you know what? This will really hurt profits. Or something like that. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, we'll obviously see how badly Microsoft goes. The AI thing has been very interesting to follow. And as I said earlier, I have had to use it a little bit, but so far I'm not really finding a use case for it. Other than basically, it's sometimes a more advanced Google, but most of them won't even give you links to stuff. They'll just like give you the answer, like they're so certain it works. They're like, you'll ask something like, oh, how do I cook a lasagna? And then it will confidently tell you how much barbecue sauce you need. And you just think, where did it get this recipe from? In what world are they using barbecue sauce for lasagna? It's pulled it from somewhere, but that somewhere needs to be found and sent to prison, basically. Like, what were they thinking? And yet AI just goes, yeah, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. So it doesn't source its materials, which always worries me. So it's better at, I don't know, Googling stuff, but then it just gives it to you like the answer. Like, it doesn't actually give you its sources. That's the bit that annoys me. I love a good source. The segue was off barbecue sauce, wasn't it? So now I'm thinking sauce in 2 ways. But I love reading the good sauce, I love reading the good sauce. Trying to work out where things come from and understanding it and all that sort of stuff. But yes, also love actual sauce as well. I shouldn't be hungry. It's almost 10 o'clock. I should be going to bed in a few minutes, but here I am thinking, maybe I didn't have enough dessert. I should have eaten a bit more. Always a sucker for dessert. Now, always have room for dessert. Always, you gotta have that little extra dessert stomach, right? How did I get onto this? Sauce. Why is even sauce led to dessert? From AI. From Linux. Unbelievable. That's just how the brain works sometimes, isn't it? It's an amazing tool. An amazing tool, and I wish I knew how it worked. But hey, I'll get there. I'll work it out. One day, I'll be like, oh yeah, my brain. It does work. Yeah, so, what else we got to talk about? I can't even remember what else. I've poured some notes down, like, what will I talk about in this stream? And absolutely have just forgotten. And I do this because otherwise I will just ramble about everything. I've already talked about stuff that I didn't expect to talk about. What was I talking about 2 seconds ago? Like, the beach combing and stuff? Unbelievable. I didn't even plan to talk about that. Health update? Yeah, I've done the health update. Review where we were. Oh, yeah. Where was I even up to? I was actually going to just check that quickly. And I was just going to do it on stream because, hey, why not? We had a bunch of shorts here. Can I just show? I can probably show. Where's my channel? My channel. Here it is. And can I still share that over here? See, these are the buttons I need to work out before I go live next time. Apologies in advance. That's just where I am. Where were we? Oh, yeah, that's right. We're live now. Look at that. It still works. How fantastic is that? And for me, there's lots of Vegas stuff. And upcoming, you can see the 2 streams. Do you like my thumbnail? I'm pretty proud of this one. Hold on. Oh, does it show you? Yeah, look at that. He's back there. He's ready for a snack. I'm really not that very good at image editing, but I like playing with it. You know, like when I yes, Spooky, thank you. Like when I was playing with what's it called? When MS Paint first came out in Windows stuff. Gosh, that was just so fun to just do spray painting and stuff like that. I loved it. Loved doing it. Let me just open that up a bit more. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Spooky. Look at that spooky fella. I think what I did was replace, I think the actual picture has like a raven in there. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this game. I haven't actually played a new game in years. That's just how I've been. Oh, sorry, except in Vegas, I guess. But technically not a new game. You know, like new game, like it came out recently type thing. Last new game I would have played would have been on the Switch, because my grandkid has a Switch, and you know, he's like, hey Pop, what about this game? So I did play the new Zeldas. They were pretty cool. They were pretty good. And I think maybe one of the new Pokemons. There's so many, I can't catch up. I really do like Pokemon. I just don't. I can't keep up. There's too many Pokemon. There's a new one coming out as well. Anyway, I can't keep up with it. Yes, that's the that one. And yeah, we're gonna be back into Fallout New Vegas too. I've got another thumbnail for that one, which says something like, "The oldest courier part. I don't remember where I am." We're just gonna dust it off, work out how it looks again. So that's upcoming. And then what do we have? We had some shorts. Oh, some classic shorts. All about New Vegas, I think, except for one maybe. Oh, that's right. I played Fields of Mystria. That's right. Forgot about that. And yeah, we were last live. Where's that? 11 months ago. There we go. Oh, you can't quite see it. It's cut off a little bit there. Oh no, I flipped the wrong button. This way. No. Gosh, how do I work out? This one? This one. There we go. 11 months ago. Over there. So yeah, I last streamed a bit over a year ago. About 25 parts into New Vegas. Looks like. And what did I do? The good, not great cons. That's right. And the strip was dirtier than I realized. The strip needs more cleaning. The strip gets cleaned up. Brotherhood. NCR. Stay out of L22. Oh, that's right. That was the thing. And then, oh yes, that was one of my many, Where is he? That was one of my many, hospital visits last year. The one that I actually had planned. Not all the unplanned ones after that. That was just a hernia fix. That was planned. Everything after that, not so much. Anyway, that's where we were up to. Where we're up to and where we're going. So yeah, okay, cool. So I was 25 parts into New Vegas. So we are going to finish that up. And then like, oh, that's that one. This one there, yeah. Just like, so on Saturday we're going to be doing some shorter games, and I'm totally, yeah, any suggestions you've got. I mean, I actually really like your suggestion, Max, of like finding really old PC games and just like, it'll be like cracking open an old box of like, or an old book that you haven't seen for a long time. Or like an old whiskey that's been sitting there. You remember having it once, you're like, oh, I remember this one. This one was good. Yeah, I could do that again. That's what I'd probably be like, you know, doing that. But yeah, Saturday, yeah, just be some shorter experiences. But the Sunday one, yes, I'd love to finish New Vegas. I don't really know how far through we are. I was visiting the cons and doing some quests for them. And then I don't remember. I'll have to look at it. But yeah, we'll have to work out where we're up to. Feel free to go check for me and tell me what I was even up to if anyone remembers. And maybe I'll check it myself if I have time. But yeah, we'll dust it off, and I want to see if I can actually get to the end of that game. And once we do, we'll have to pick up another big game. That's what the Monday streams will be. The Monday streams will just be one ongoing multi-part game. From what I've looked at, like, and that's the ones where I'd love to have something where I can make my own character, and it can look like me, you know, like New Vegas. He looks awful, just like me. He's bald. He actually looks worse than me. He's got no chin. Fantastic butt cheeks though. Really unbelievable. From memory, that was one of my shorts. Just like, well, look at the butt cheeks. They were very, very tight. They don't look like that anymore. It's just skin and bone now. Unbelievable. Hurts to sit on. I need to eat more. I need to put some padding back there again. But, yeah, we'll get to Vegas, and then after that, I'm not sure what we'll be doing after that. But I don't know how many parts are left in New Vegas. I don't know if this is a 100-part game. I don't know if this is a 35-part game, and I'm over halfway. We'll have to work that out. And, any tips or advices on what you'd like to see me do are most welcome to hear. But yeah, that's the goal. Long games Monday, shorter games on Sunday, and me just waffling on Saturday. But the waffle, I might, end up doing some other stuff too. Just some fun stuff, I see, just stuff that doesn't really fit into any other stream, like reviewing, I don't know, could do reaction stuff or memes or I don't know what, I don't know. I actually don't know. I will just talk for an hour and a half. It's not really a problem. Happy to do it. It's so easy to do. Unbelievable. There's a lot of streamers who can't do it. But yeah, if you see me not talk for 30 seconds, yeah, I'm asleep. What else can I mention? Oh, I do have actually a little bit of exciting news to mention as well, actually. I will not be a little bouncy PNG tuber forever. I don't have a date on it, and I don't know what it will actually look like or do or be, because I barely understand it as I am. But right now, all this is an image, and I have a closed mouth and an open mouth. And something that makes it bounce. I genuinely don't remember how I set this up a long time ago. Something makes it bounce when I talk. Looks nice. Feels good. The mouth stays open longer than it really should. And I can't really show any range of expressions. But, there's something called Live 2D, where you can have a VTuber that is like webcam tracked or something. Either way, the old timer is going to be more animated very soon. I shouldn't say very soon. I don't know how soon. And impendingly, I have found an artist and a budget, and something is being made as we speak. And I will hopefully, in some number of weeks, we can do one of those like fresh debut things where, I show off my new digs. I probably will just look exactly like this, but maybe I can move left and right. Maybe the mouth will try. I don't know. I've been talking to this artist, but I'm curious to see how it will look and what I can do with it. Given how exhausted I am at this time of night, I might not be much more animated than I think I need to be. But we'll see. Very curious. A real geezer VTuber. Surprisingly, why am I the only one? Because I mean, there's some old streamers out there, right? But I haven't seen, and I mean, feel free to correct me, but I'm yet to see a truly old VTuber. I mean, when I say I'm the oldest VTuber in existence, I think being past the age of 30 already qualifies that statement. like, because I'm over 30, I'm already by default the oldest VTuber in existence. The fact that there's a lot more over 30 is just neither here or there. It just further sets the world record. Just further cements me into the Guinness Book of Records. Maybe there are some old VTubers out there. I'd love to see or meet them. There's so many VTubers out there. In the last year, I said this before. In the last year, I've looked at all these people's streams, and some people have some crazy VTubers that do amazing things. The expressions are fantastic. The expressions they can do, the movements. Some people have like 3D ones that are like tracked to their body, and they do flips and stuff and cartwheels, or they walk around, and some have like amazing eye work and mouth syncing and mouth lip syncing, whatever you want to call it. And it's crazy. I'd just be happy to have the eyebrows go up and down. You'd be surprised at how good my eyebrow game is. I can do lots of things with these eyebrows. I'm doing them now. You just can't see. But the eyes are no good. Even if I wasn't wearing glasses. And I've tested this. And in fact, I will in a future stream, especially once I work out how an actual live 2D model works. I mean, once the artist actually delivers it to me, I still might need to work it out for a couple of weeks or months. I don't know. I don't know how hard it's going to be. But I'll be a real VTuber. I'll really be there. But, yeah, I have very naturally squinty eyes. Now, exacerbated by the fact that I'm a pretty smiley person, so, you know, they just squint when I smile. But also, through not wearing sunglasses enough throughout my life, and then also glasses, otherwise magnifying the sun damage, I have just very naturally squinty eyes. I just am squinting constantly. It's just how I look. So, you know, I'm not looking at you sus. That's just how I am. And yeah, the one time I think I loaded up VTube Studio, probably a year ago now, and you know, I think it comes with like some default anime girl characters. I think when I turned that on, their eyes were constantly closed. And I'm looking at the webcam, and I'm like, I probably haven't set this up right, but it thinks my eyes are closed all the time. I'm like trying to open them as much as I can, it still thinks they're closed. So the fact that I can have glasses blotted out is the way it's going to have to be. But hey, I think that's more fun. It's more fun. You don't want to see the pale eyes behind this. They are beautiful, though. That's what my wife says. My wife says I have beautiful eyes. Very dull now, though. Used to be a much brighter color. Now they have that like glassy look. Though to be fair, everything looks glassy as well without the glasses. So you know, hey, it's in and out how that looks. But yes, I'm very excited to get into that in the future. I have no idea of a date, but I'll talk about it more every week, I guess, as I receive updates. And right now, the only update is that yes, it is planned, and we're going to be moving. I don't know how much we can move. If the mouth moves better, I'll be ecstatic. That's great. And the eyebrows. That's all I want. Mouth and eyebrows. Yeah, I'll be happy with those two. That's fantastic. That'd already be fantastic. Maybe the glasses can fall off. That'd be crazy. But yes, also, as with other things, any suggestions or ideas, love to hear them. If you're like, you should have this feature. I don't know what that feature is. Hair that falls out. I don't know. Your ears should get bigger. I don't know. Feel free to suggest them. Maybe you think my nose is too small. Because this is smaller than real life. This is a very handsome version of what I actually look like. The blemishes don't look as good in 2D. And far less wrinkles on this version. For sure. For sure. And the skin complexion's pretty good. Pretty good. Real life, the skin complexion is absolutely shot. It's an absolute casserole over here. Unbelievable. Every color on that skin. So it's just, yeah. So yes, any suggestions for any of this stuff, I absolutely, appreciate it. You can leave, if you're watching this in the future, you can leave them in comments on the YouTube channels. Obviously, I think the live videos stay there forever. Which is like, I'm looking at them now as the old videos from last year. I'll have to watch a couple of them just to catch up on how it all looks. But yeah, they do stay there. I do read the comments. Not that people leave too many comments, but that's fine. I also have a Discord, which I think the links work for, but don't quote me on that because, yes, as I said, I'm not actually very tech savvy, just mildly tech savvy. Yes, we have a Discord, we've got a YouTube you can leave comments on, and a Twitch you can follow, and also you can reach me on Twitter and Blue Sky. I've got it all. I don't use it all very much because I just don't have the time, but maybe one day I will. And yeah, man, appreciate any follows there, but also it's the best way for me to send any updates as they happen. I will try to be online more. I'm making more time for myself, but it's hard. I also still have a very, very, very busy life with lots of things to do that I can't get out of. Responsibilities. What do you do, eh? What do you do? Hey, I love them. It's mostly family and friends stuff. You gotta do them. You gotta do them. And it's good for you. Good for you to do. Are there any other updates? Any other updates? Let's have a look. Oh, my artist has just reached out to me. I'll have to talk to him later. Hello, if you're on the stream. Appreciate it that you're actually working so hard, so late. Oh, you're in a different country. Never mind, it might not be late for you. Yeah, no, I think that's all the updates I had planned, really, obviously. We could talk about other stuff. What else can we talk about? What else have I done in the last year since you've last seen me? Probably a lot. And I'll have to write notes down on this because my memory is foggy as it is. And in fact, if I wrote notes down, like I said, I'm going to look at this note later and be like, old PC games? What do I mean? But yeah, last year, what have I been up to? I mean, usual stuff, Christmas, New Year's, birthdays. So it's all what happens. Oh, I went to the Ashes this year, the cricket Ashes. Oh, loved that. I do love me some cricket. I've just grown up with it. I played it when I was young for a long time. I have worked close with it at times in different jobs as well, actually. And I've had, a lot of family that's been big into the sport. Way bigger than me. So, they keep me abreast of it all. So, I do like the sport a lot. I was going to say, cricket hasn't got a huge international appeal. Probably more like cricket hasn't got a huge mainstream appeal, even though it's got over 1 billion fans. Most of those billion are just in one country, which is India. It's probably the second most popular sport on the planet, just because of India. But yeah, do love me some cricket. And the Ashes was fantastic. Got to see some great cricket. Love it. Do love cricket. I'll have to just, one day, if I stream long enough, and the Ashes comes around again, we're just going to watch the Ashes on stream. We're going to talk about it every day. For those who don't know, obviously, I know that some Americans are watching, or other people from other countries who don't watch cricket or know anything about cricket, but cricket is just like the best sport. And then there's like some other sports after that. And you can find me in the comments if you want, but hey, it is what it is. It's just facts. I just say it how it is. Okay? But yeah, it's basically our baseball, but more exciting. Not a lot more exciting. You still totally can just sit there with a beer and sort of half pay attention. And that's one of the beauties of cricket. You grab a beer, you sit there, you talk to your friends, talk to your family, and then the crowd goes, "Oh!" And you're like, "What happened?" And you have to watch the replay because you missed it because you were having a beer. But, that's sort of good sport, And if you don't want to sit there with a beer, multiple beers, I guess, you can just watch the T20 now, which is a much shorter version. You just have a couple of beers. And you still get to sleep on time. Whereas a test match, that's a lot of beers. That's a lot of beers you get through. You do have to stop yourself. You have to cut yourself off. That's how long that day goes. And hot also. The Ashes in Australia is always in summer. And, well, it's a summer sport. But they're wearing long clothes, and you're sitting there in the sun drinking beer. Eventually it gets to you. That's why another reason I got burnt this year. Besides the beach visits. But the beach visits were fantastic. Good weather for beach. Except the bit where it was cool over January. But February's been muggy as, and December was hot. I thought we were in for bushfires this year. Victoria really copped some bushfires at the start of the summer season. And I thought that was a sign of the year to come. I thought, all right, December, we've already started. It's going to get worse. And then it just cooled down in January, thank God. Thank God it got cooler. Because, yeah, I feel I'm very worried we're due for another bad bushfire. It's been a few years. And Victoria started with a bad bushfire. But none, touch wood, in New South Wales this year. So I always just feel like we're due. It just always comes around again, the bushfires. It's always a worry. I have a bit of family that's spread across the state. Funnily enough, not Australia. Everyone's located in New South Wales. They're spread out, but not beyond the state. They're hours away, but no one dares cross the border. I even have someone talking about moving very far away, but they're still going to stay on this side of the border. So, it's just, I don't know. It's just funny, actually, now I think about it. I know people have moved into the state, but only friends. My family's always stayed in New South Wales. What's the deal with that? Oh, well. But, yeah, we just didn't cop a bad one this year so far, touch wood. So, but, yeah, they just come around you just see the pattern. It burns off lots of stuff, a bad one, and then years later, it's grown back and it's died again, and yeah, another bad one comes around. So, Fortunately, this year, pretty safe in New South Wales, but yes, I feel for the Victorians who copped the fires late last year. That was pretty bad. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, summer was a bit hot. It's just very humid summer, very not tropical. Humid. Humid's just a way to put it. Just felt muggy all the time. Maybe it's where I'm living. I did move last year. Oh, but I mentioned that. Would have mentioned that last year. I moved before I started streaming last year too. And this place has been great, but it is hot here where we've moved to. Just different part of Sydney. I'm not sure if it's just we're a bit more of a basin area or something, but just hot. And a lot more singlet and shorts wearing than I usually am used to. Usually I walk around in socks and sandals, well, socks and thongs. Socks and sandals is how I always refer to it, but it's thongs. I like the thongs. Socks and thongs. Classic. Not the American thongs, the Australian thongs. Obviously, everything here is Australian coded, alright? Alright, we're going to only talk about Australian words. Real words. Like thongs. Thongs as in stuff that goes on your feet. Flip-flops, I think other people call it. But there's the thongs, alright? Just square that away, alright? Not that new age stuff that people are wearing up there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Who wants that? Oof. Oof, that's gotta chafe. That's gotta need a cream. That's gonna need ointments. I already need enough ointments. You know how many ointments I put on every night? Unbelievable. But yeah, that would need another one. But yes, I usually am a socks and thongs person, and this year I've been barefoot a lot. Because it's just hot. Unbelievably muggy where I am right now. So that's fun. As old people do, I've done it again. I'm just talking about weather. Talking about the weather. Talking about my health issues. I haven't talked about geopolitics yet. But you know what they say, don't discuss religion or politics. That's been an adage since I was young. And, gosh, there's too much to discuss there. I don't even want to open that can of worms. Too much. What a interesting times we live in, as always. Honestly, as always. Everyone's like, oh, I want to go back to the uninteresting times. Like, when was that? Huh? When was that? That was just probably when you were young and didn't realize. That's what it feels like. Maybe, there was probably a few good years. You could think like, oh, nothing interesting happened during these years, but something did somewhere. Anyway, I joke. You know what? For a first stream, I'm pretty happy. I've been talking for a bit. But also, I've already had a crazy day. I'm pretty exhausted. And I've just really been excited to update you all on everything and say hi again. I appreciate that, some people have popped up. Splingus and Frogos, great to see you again. Max, I think you're new. I'm sorry if I've seen you before. I think you're new. But if you're not new, thank you for popping in again. And if you are new and you're still watching or you're catching this later, because I think it just sits in the live tab forever, I think as I said before, thank you for watching. My name is OldTimer. I am the oldest timer. Good work, OldTimer. Thank you, Frogos. It feels like good work, but I'm tired now. OldTimerVT, as we said, very tired. OldTimer, very tired. That's what it stands for. VTuber? I don't know what that is. VTuber? No idea. Never heard of it. Very tired? Exactly what it stands for. But yeah, I've had an exhausting, as I said, exhausting year already. And this is helping me get energy and feel excited and happy. But also, I'm ready for bed now. Plenty of rest. I will. Thank you very much, Frogos. Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate it. I hope you've been having a good year. And we'll catch up more, I'm sure, if you turn into future streams. Tomorrow, we're playing a whole new game, Creature Kitchen, where you're a hermit in the woods cooking for creatures. That's about as much as I know. I don't know if it's fun, but we're going to be an old man in it, as always. And then Monday, we'll be back into New Vegas, and I will need a refresher course on how everything works there. So do join me for either one of those, or catch them later in the YouTube live tab. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and you all have a fantastic rest of the day, or night, depending on where you live. If it's nighttime, go to bed. Take care of yourself. Alright, bye! Take